Hi, I'm Kareem from Farmon, and I'm here to present our Open Fields project, the open source agricultural data provider for local transformative change. When it comes to data in agriculture, we've got plenty. So, why is it that most of this data is still widely unused in helping farmers change? The reason is raw data cannot be used to draw insights. It must be structured first. Let me explain. Current data sets are divided by region, country, and continent, meaning at very large scale. Local stakeholders, farmers, consultants, and local NGOs, the people that actually do the transformative work on the ground, think in fields. And every field is different. That is why we provide a tool that delivers field level insights through the restructuring of data. Let us illustrate this with an example. Imagine we have a farm and we want to assess the plant biodiversity that surrounds it. We could use a plant species data set and compute the occurrence within a given radius. Performing these types of computations is not easy. Some hire expensive specialists and some simply work with really inaccurate figures that warp their financials. Organizations want to query, enrich, combine, compute, and visualize these datasets, but they do not have the tools. This power should not only be limited to companies that can afford to hire specialized technical teams. What are some other use cases? Organizations also want to know where the farms with the highest potential are, which farms and fields meet specific ecological criteria, and looking back, I want to know what impact a project had. Once again, it is very hard to do all this with current datasets. Why is now the right time? There are very strong reasons, including regulatory, bad farming conditions, and an emergent agtech ecosystem. And finally, why us? We have experience in scaling AI businesses and have built remote sensing and machine learning products. Our partners, including Viland, are an authority in regenerative agronomy. So let's transform the food system. Hello and welcome to the Open Fields dashboard. On this dashboard, you are going to find GBIF biodiversity occurrence data that is displayed at field level, which will enable all sorts of analyses for agricultural players that can correlate the practices that they've carried out at the field level and what the ecological outcomes are. It also allows to kind of index what species are occurring at field level. One could imagine all sorts of use cases around farmers wanting to sort of keep a record of that. And this tool is really just a teaser of what we at Farmon are sort of capable of doing, and how we're able to sort of display the data and make use of what you've got. So first things first, at the top you've got a couple of instructions around how you can sort of use and view the map, select and reverse filters, and also download the data. When you are on the map here, actually only the fields that are within the bounds of the map are going to be selected. So as I zoom out, there will be more, there will be a higher number of selected fields. And all the other graphs in this dashboard are updated with the data that is selected on this map tile. So top right, I've got the field size distribution. So how many fields are of what size? You've also got the main crop for selected fields. And by the way, every one of these graphs is sort of filterable. So I can filter by crop type, and this is going to sort of narrow down the section. I can remove these filters here at the top once I want to view my complete data set once again. The interesting bit of data that we've got here at the bottom is the threatened species that are occurring in the selected fields and the overall species that we've got. So I can sort of zoom into this sort of tree of species. I can choose what I'm, selecting or filtering by. In this case, I only want to select by kingdom. And what I'm going to see is that I'm going to sort of zoom into the set of species here, right? So I'm in the Plante kingdom. All right, and the other thing that I can do that I'm going to show you, so let me just unselect the filter by kingdom here. And I have the ability to, when hovering over any one of these graphs, if I want to reuse this data in another piece of software, I have the freedom of downloading it as CSV. All right, that's the end of the tour, and I hope you enjoy the product.